morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's always a great time to study the gospel enlightened by Spiritism. Today, we're going to review chapter 59 of the book Our Daily Bread. Before we continue, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Kardec Radio for opening up their platform for conversations just like this one. Kardec Radio is available in several social media, including the X platform. In the X platform, you are able to send your questions and comments, and the staff from Kardec Radio will reply to you to address your questions again, your questions or your feedback. Before we begin, let's close our eyes in prayer and thank the Lord for all the great opportunities that life provides to us. Thank the Lord for the challenges because they make us wiser and stronger. And also thank for the joyful moments because they replenish us and they give us they keep us in high spirits and help us moving on with our progress. May God's love be with us always. So be it. Thank you. All right. So today we're going to be talking about chapter 59 of the book, Our Daily Bread. And this chapter is titled, Let Us Proceed Until We Are There. It is based in John chapter 15, verse 7. It goes like, the passage goes like this. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish and it will be given to you. So quite an interesting words here by John and actually by Jesus and transcribed by John. And we see here Jesus telling us that if you stay in me, if my words remain in you. So basically, if you stay with my message, if you let my message, if you integrate my message in your lives, then ask whatever you wish. So here, of course, Jesus is referring not so much as material things or material gifts, but a whole lot more as we wish for as immortal spirits, meaning our happiness, full happiness as spirits, our enlightenment, and all the other virtues that we can achieve. And again, we achieve those as we follow Jesus' teachings. Emmanuel indicates to us that in the Lord's Prayer, Jesus explains to his followers the necessity for the complete observance of the Father's designs. So again, Jesus in the Lord's Prayer indicates to us, hey, let's submit ourselves to God's teachings. The Master, Jesus, knew that human will is still quite fragile and that numerous battles encircle the human being until he or she learns to establish a union with the divine. So yes, in our progress, in our evolutionary process, we're still very fragile. And these battles that Emmanuel mentions to us are the different struggles that we have, different challenges that we encounter in life. And those make us stronger, and those enforce, those foster our connection with God. Emmanuel continues here, indicating that in spite of this, the lesson of the prayer was always interpreted by the vast majority of believers to be an easy recourse for obtaining celestial protection. So, as we see here, just because the prayer indicates that the Lord will be with us, but it doesn't mean it's going to be just by asking, it's going to be given to us easily. Emmanuel continues indicating that there are many who request special concessions and mechanically recite verbal formulas. Logically, they cannot receive immediate satisfaction to their personal whims, because in the state of weakness and of ignorance in spirit, the spirit requires, prior to anything else, to learn to submit to the divine designs concerning himself. So then again, people are always asking, we are always asking for, in this case, for concessions. We're always asking to receive, therefore to be given to us, to be the center of the attention. And we search for that by reciting verbal formulas, in this case by memorized prayers or any kind of rituals. However, We cannot. God is not out there and trying to satisfy our whims. And because you understand that we are still in a state of ignorance, and first of all, we don't know what we're asking for. We are asking for so many mundane things, and second of all, we do not have the level of spiritual maturity to even know what is it that we truly want. So before we ask and we submit, so we have to divine to submit to the divine designs concerning ourselves. So we basically have to allow the teachings to become part of our lives. We have to integrate the teachings in our actions and in our thoughts as well. Emmanuel continues indicating here that in any event, we will achieve the moment when our prayers are integrally fulfilled. We will accomplish this when we are actually spiritually in tune with the Christ. So our prayers are going to be integrally fulfilled. So meaning that we're going to be receiving, but not so much, it's not so much that our capricious wishes are going to be satisfied. No. And that means that we're going to be in a point when we're going to actually be able to know what we're asking for. And the prayers are going to be fulfilled. So which doesn't necessarily mean we're going to receive everything we ask for, but we're going to be open to receive what is the best for us. And of course, Emmanuel clarifies here that that happens when we are in tune with Christ. So when we are in connection, we are in line with Christ's teachings. At that point, whenever we so desire, it will be done because we will have penetrated the just reason for each thing and the finality of each circumstance. So when we're finally in tune with Jesus, then we're actually going to understand the reasons and the reason for everything that happens to us, that everything that happens to others. Also for those things that do not happen, that we wish would happen and do not happen. And the finality of each circumstance. So in every aspect of our lives, what is it the finality? What is it the purpose for that? So we're still not at a level to understand because we're not fully in tune with Jesus yet. We will achieve that as we progress, as we learn more and more in our successive reincarnations. And here to end this paragraph, Emmanuel indicates we will be capable of wishing for and requesting in tune with Jesus. And life will present itself with its genuine, infinite, eternal, renovating, and beautiful characteristics. So again, when we are in this, when we have this level of understanding that life will present itself, so basically we're going to be able to perceive the genuine, infinite, eternal, renovated, beautiful characteristics. So again, the infinity of life, not so much the physical life, but eternal, as it indicates here, as we are eternal spirits. Renovating because we're always evolving, and beautiful characteristics. So the beauty of everything that happens to us. May those experiences they be pleasant or challenging. And here to finalize, Emmanuel indicates whether incarnate or disincarnates, we are still walking toward the Master, intent on being able to experience the glorious union with his love. Until we get there, let us work and be vigilant in order to understand the divine will. So we are not yet, we're walking towards the Master. We're walking towards the level of perfection that Jesus has achieved. We're not at that point yet, but we're going to reach our level of perfection at some point. We are all on our way. But until we get there, then, at least that's work. Let's put in our effort, and be vigilant, keep an eye out, and to try to understand the divine will in our lives. Try to work hard to do our best and to understand again, the importance of all the aspects of our lives. So that's our conversation for today. As always, if you like this kind of interaction and some other presentations in Cardiac Radio, make sure that you click the like button and also that you follow, depending on the social media, that you either follow it or Are you subscribed? So again, I'd like to thank Cardiac Radio for opening up and offering opportunities for for these types of programs. And at this moment, let's close our eyes in prayer again and ask Jesus, ask our spiritual friends, ask God. Ask not so much for those things that we believe are necessary for us. Ask for those gifts that we think that we deserve or that we think that might make life better. It is okay for us to ask, but it's more important for us to have an open mind to understand what the plan is, to understand what the purpose is of everything, and especially to learn with each experience, to learn with each passing day, and make the best of the opportunities that life presents to us. May we be incarnate as incarnate spirits here on earth. May we be disincarnate. Everything that happens to us happens for a reason. The purpose is our betterment. The purpose is our evolution. So let's be grateful to the Lord. And again, keep an eye out to understand the meaning of all the circumstances in our lives. So good. Thank you.